Hello and welcome to another episode of Bahrain Today. I'm your host for this episode, Bara Abdallah. We'll be featuring beautiful stories and amazing great initiatives, all that taken place in this episode. Of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts on Bahrain International TV. So stay tuned, we'll be back. Welcome back. They say your network is your net worth. Almajlisapp makes it easier to search for contacts and gatherings. It is a place to network, otherwise known as Al-Majlis, which is in Arabic means the place of sitting or the council in different contexts, to describe various types of networking and gatherings. Today with us in the studio is Mr. Muhanna, Alsulaiti, founder of Almajlisapp. So thank you for joining us on Bahrain Today.
Thank you for having me.
So Al-Majlis, what's that about?
Okay, so very simple. Helps you find your required contacts. As you know, we're living not in a society, but we're living in a world where networking is one of the most important tools for self-development and business development. Yet the society and the world, they never emphasized on this. So basically, Almajlisapp is a platform that helps you connect to your required contacts and help you get exposed to others who require to find you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, that was a beautiful definition out of a textbook. So far, how was the reception with Al-Majlis?
So far, we've been in operations for just under 10 months.
Okay.
And we have just over 2,000 users. Only iPhone, only in Bahrain, which limits our growth, of course. And we've done, I believe, just around 6 events. If you see the networking opportunities that the people get out of it in terms of internships, in terms of knowledge sharing, in terms of partnering up, in terms of collaborations, it's insane. And just to add also, you'd be surprised of how many people are willing to help you for nothing in return.
Wow.
And that's what we're trying to shed light on and focus on. And another focus point that we're trying to target is the informal part of networking. Because you know there are a lot of networking platforms that offer jobs and services, etc. Those are there and those are doing really well. However, there is the comfortable place and the unprofessional, such as people who want to just have coffee with a random person on the weekend. People who are looking for mysterious shoppers to test their shops.
Totally.
People who want to test their new menus at their new restaurants.
Let's go.
And yeah, so I mean, it's amazing and surprising, and alhamdulillah, I mean, the engagement is, I think up to today is 50% engagement on the users, and all the software and IT people are familiar that 50% engagement is one of the most successful engagement a platform can strive to get.
That's amazing, man. I can feel the efficiency. Even the way you talk about it's like, wow, I need to get on that program right now. So what made you think of it?
Yeah, so
what inspired you?
Yeah, so when I first graduated, just like any typical student, I either wanted to work for an entity or do my own business.
Okay.
So whilst I was in the process of doing either of these, I realized that networking is one of the most important tools to accomplish any of them.
Okay.
And statistics proves it in many cases, like 85% of people get jobs through networking, 30% increase in sales in your business because of networking, 100% of long-term businesses rely on networking.
Yes.
I mean, the statistics of it is a no-brainer for a person to strive upon. And in terms of the business aspect, of course, you're going to need people to be your customers. You're going to need people to work with. You're going to need people to collaborate with. So it all relies on the networking. And so whilst I was working and exploring this, I realized that I have one of my friends. His name is Ali Al-Araifi. Shout out to Ali Al-Araifi.
Shout out.
Mashallah, he's one of the most social friends that I have ever met. Not only is he social, but he likes connecting people to other people. Let's say like you were thinking about opening a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I know a friend who has opened a coffee shop. Oh, you should go meet Muhammad for coffee to tell you more about this and explore the operations of it, the costs, etc., etc. And he likes doing this to every friend he meets. And so I thought, I mean, he's just one person. So no matter how often he keeps doing this, he's going to reach a limited number of people, say 100, 1,000 if he's really popular. Why not make this person into a system that will do this automatically? So that's where the idea came and started. So we started designing the platform, let's say. And once we designed the platform, we realized to make the system automated, we needed minimum 50,000 users for the system to connect people. Of course, as a launching platform, you don't have this many people to start with. So we have to make everything on a manual basis until we reach the 50,000.
50,000.
50,000 to be fully automated, yes. So for the viewers, whoever's watching, please help us download. Please help us reach 50,000 so that we can maximize our potential of the platform and help people be more connected.
Without a doubt, we know you're going to reach it. But why 50K? What's with that number?
Yeah, so basically there's an algorithm. It's a very complex algorithm that works. So let's say if I don't have, I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can. If I have, let's say, 6 cars that I would like for you to use.
Okay.
So in order for me to to give you the option to use 6 cars, I'm going to have the 6 cars. So I have to build the contacts, I have to build the number in order to give you the numbers of who are you looking for.
Okay.
So the more the numbers go up, the more choices I will be able to give. Like for the 50,000, in our platform, we had 12 features that we offered that helped the contact find his required contact immediately, literally immediately per second. Like another example to this, going off topic and then back to the topic again. 2 weeks ago, I had an interview at one of a very successful accelerator incubator in Bahrain. And they were interested in investing in our startup. And halfway throughout the conversation, they were like, Muhanna, we really like you, we really like your startup. However, you have to be full-time on this platform. Obviously, I can't be full-time because at the moment, I work in the oil and gas industry and I love it. So I kind of love both. So I don't want to stop at the moment.
It's a side hustle right now.
It's a very side hustle, yes, exactly. So they were like, no, we need someone who has to be full-time, but you need to think about it, etc. I was like, wait 1 second. I just took out my phone. I posted that, guys, I need a CEO for only 4 months to attend a boot camp to represent the Almajlis application. Whoever's interested, please let me know. And by the end of the day, I got 12 people who replied to me.
12 applicants.
12 applicants who were interested to be CEO of Almajlis app for nothing in return. They just wanted to get the experience out of it and learn and then run with their thing. So I was the best person who benefited from the platform at the moment. And this is what I wish everybody had the opportunity to do, which is give everyone the networking opportunity that they want, because not a lot of people are fortunate to have connections. And surprisingly, the most successful people, they really value networking. So the moment you give them the opportunity to network, they will run for it. And the not so much successful, they don't value networking because they haven't tried it. They didn't experience it. So that's why one of the reasons that we got 2,000 users over 10 months, and all these 2,000 users are extremely successful in their fields. Some of them are founders, some of them are inventors, some of them are extremely successful in their careers. So what I'm trying to do as well is encourage the people who don't value networking to start valuing networking by joining this experience, by going through the networking process and seeing the actual value of it, rather than just telling them about it.
So with all the networking talk and all that, what was, let's say, the greatest story you can tell about Almajlis so far? Yeah,
I think one of the most successful stories, let me say, is a couple of salons and a restaurant. They were looking for mysterious shoppers and people who tasted their menus. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in less than 48 hours, they found over 12 people who were able to do that for them. And obviously, the example which I just explained about finding a CEO immediately within the place I'm sitting. And what I truly wish is for everyone to have this opportunity.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So you're giving a lot of opportunities for people to actually know what's going on out there. And only in 10 months, you got 2,000. I'm sure you're going to reach 50K by the end of 2020. That's definitely it. So what's your future plans? I mean, your plans are big as they are, but I mean, are there even bigger plans coming up for Almajlis?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously at the moment we're being, let's say, bombarded by people who want an Android version of what we're doing.
I can only imagine.
Exactly, and actually they are the majority, they're 80%. Like we estimate at the moment if we had an Android, we'd be at a minimum of 10,000 users. So we're working on that at the moment. And we already incorporated a GCC version of within the app. Like let's say next week you're going to Dubai and you're looking for someone to open a coffee shop with. You can immediately, whilst in Bahrain, just click that I'm looking for a coffee shop owner, and by targeting a specific location, Dubai, you get immediately a response for that person. So we're trying to go regionally and Android version, obviously, with hopes of targeting the minimum 50,000 users to make it automatic.
Amazing. So I gotta ask this. Why did you start with iPhone and not the Android?
Okay,
if that's the case.
Yes, no, there's definitely a purpose for everything we do. As an engineering background, every specific thing I do is with a reason.
We can tell.
So according to our target audience, which are people who value networking and people who are more social, according to science at least, to multiple experiments, these are the people who are more likely to hold an iPhone rather than an Android.
Interesting.
Yes.
Really?
So tell us about you. Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
Android.
Okay. So
I am the unfortunate one in that case.
it doesn't mean you're right or wrong.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very interesting study. I mean.
Okay. So yeah. So before we end this, any tricks under your sleeves you want to show us with Almajlis?
Well, with your permission, of course, I'd like to show the audience what an example of networking is.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, tell us about you.
All right. First of all, permission granted.
Thank you.
I am your host here from Bahrain today. My name is Bro Abdullah, and I'm hosting this episode with you.
Now tell us everything. I want to know the moment since you graduated from school up to today. Who are you? What are your ambitions? Where are you going?
Okay.
What are you thinking?
We're talking about a good 20 years here. Well, graduated with business administration.
Yes.
And worked in a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Japanese embassy, PR.
Wow.
I did that. Game development with
Wow.
3D companies. PR, events. I
Wow.
host a lot of events here and there. There's some TV shows, and I'm a newsreader as well. So
Wow.
a lot of media work, yes.
Since what got my interest is gaming. So are you into gaming as well, or?
Oh, yes, I've been into gaming for the last 15 years. Game development,
Wow.
gaming events, esports.
You should definitely meet one of my friends, Muhammad al-Rafa'i. Do you know him?
I do know Muhammad.
MashaAllah, like
I
that's
do know.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And yeah, I mean, what we just went through, obviously we try to cut it as short as possible.
Yes.
But this is exactly what we're trying to strive upon, is giving you the opportunity to find that person to maximize your potential. But obviously, I mean, we didn't have time to take this further on.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to give everyone the chance to do.
Beautiful. It felt like an actual conversation
Yes.
happening in a majlis.
Yes, exactly.
We love that. Well,
Exactly.
thank you so much for your idea and following
Thank
your
you.
dreams and making this a possibility for everybody. From iPhone to Android.
Yes, definitely.
It's going to pretty much blow out of proportion, hopefully. And I'm
Definitely.
sure 50K will be attainable before 2020.
Inshallah, definitely.
So how can we follow you? How can we download the
Yeah,
application?
we're at the moment we're on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram
Yes.
since we host an interview show as well. You can think of it. We're shedding lights on people with high potential, successful ones, not successful ones. What we're trying to do is show everyone and tell everyone that everyone is interesting. The moment you start talking to people, everyone has an interesting story,
Beautiful.
and everyone can add value to whatever it is you wanted to do. So we're active on Instagram socially, content-wise, at Almajlisapp. And obviously we have a link towards our platform, Almajlisapp.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahrain today. And definitely 50K.
Inshallah,
gonna
definitely.
happen.
Thank you very much for
Inshallah.
having me. Thank you.
Thank you. So don't forget, networking, gatherings, all that with Almajlis app. Do get it right now on iPhone and hopefully very soon on Android. Don't go away. More to come on Bahrain today.